Gary Robertson from Clinton, Connecticut. We've had Middlesex tree here today. They did an outstanding job. Excellent people. Thank you.
So today we got these codominant stem chestnut oak right next to the house, leaning over here. That's going. There's rot in the base. A couple dead oaks, this dead white oak right here, a couple more dead chestnut oaks over there. And then over on the side of the property, her neighbor's driveway comes down and she's got trees leaning heavily over the driveway and then other trees with dead wood over the driveway. So that's today's project.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Middlesex tree video, and boy do we have a big one for you today. We're in the beautiful shoreline town of Clinton, Connecticut, taking down a dozen plus trees. We're going to get started in this wooded area first because there are trees that we need to get that are inside a fenced-in area around the house, but first we have to clear a road to get in there. So because of that, we're going to take down the smaller ones first in this somewhat thickly wooded area to be able to do that.
So maybe this other little, no, there's another chestnut oak there leaning this way. We'll probably take that guy out.
All right.
Shaw can do anything with a chainsaw, but he's not very good at the dingo, and we joke about this all the time. So we're going to get a good laugh right here before Bert jumps on it and says, "Let me handle those for you." You could see that this tree that was just cut down hanging over the neighbor's driveway has started to rot from the inside. Now it's time to get the bucket truck in the wooded area so we can use all of that boom to our advantage and reach whatever we can inside the fence from outside the fence to make it easier and do less climbing. But first, there are a few trees that we still need to cut down in this wooded area. Take note of Willie backing up the chipper into position here and listen to the laugh Derek gets out of it.
Bottomed it out.
While backing up the chipper into the little road that we made, we sunk it. The ground is extremely greasy over there, and we had to improvise to get the chipper out. But first, Derek is going to make some cuts to keep the day moving. I say it a lot in these videos, the dingoes always amaze me with what they can do and how much they can move around, but is it actually going to give enough push to free up this almost 10,000 pound wood chipper? Yes, it sure can. There's practically nothing that these machines can't do. So let's get back to Derek taking down some wood. Sometimes bad things happen in threes. We just had one with the chipper and oh crap, now we've got number two with the bucket truck. We're going to take some mats off the back of the truck, get them into position, and Willie's going to actually try to pull the truck back with the dingo. That didn't work the first time around, so now we're going to reposition the mats again and give it another shot. We moved it a little bit, but not enough. We have to get the truck off the ground a bit more, and we need to get a little grip on the rear wheels. We figured out quickly that backing up the truck was not going to work. Luckily, we've got two dingoes with us today, so we decided to pull the truck forward, and amazingly, the dingoes were able to make it budge. We lost a little bit of time here, but this is one of those things that's going to happen when you do this type of work. Now, as a precaution, we're going to get the mats down first and back the truck up to get it into position with no issues. We're not going to be working from the bucket truck right away. Rather, we're going to head over to this corner of the backyard and get these two nasty chestnut oaks rigged up so we can pull them over with the dingo. But at this point, it was time for lunch. What'd you make us, Bert?
My old lady made barbecue chicken.
Nice.
Yep.
Thanks,
Nice,
Bert's
nice.
old lady. We appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'll cut the video so we can...
You could just see him through the woods. George is right there on the dingo. Derek's gonna make the cut. This is one of those trees that if George goes to pull this too hard and the cut's not ready, down in here, This tree could snap right in half right here and make a mess. Derek, by the looks of that tree from the outside, I thought when you cut it down it would be totally dead from the inside, but it's not. Why not?
They didn't rot from the outside, from the inside out. They were healthy chestnut oaks, but the gypsy moths and the drought double teamed them 2 years in a row. In years of drought, gypsy moth can keep reproducing, but in years that we get good rain in the summertime, it puts, they get a fungus in the leaves, and the gypsy moths die. And I think that's just in the ground, 2 years in a row, 2 drought, massive gypsy moth caterpillar infestation, just defoliating trees. So the drought was hard enough, gypsy moths gave them like a double banger, So it sucks, man. We're still cleaning up the trees. It's been years. We're still taking down trees that were killed by them. So they were healthy, they were solid. Gypsy moth and drought got them.
And we could expect the same from this one, right? Even though how bad it was.
Well, it could still have rot because it could have had rot. You see that in cap ledge area like this, we see a rot in oaks often. It doesn't have a swollen base, and I'm hoping it was a healthy tree then. It'll probably be solid, but there definitely could be rot. We'll know in a few minutes.
And what do you know? There's no rot inside of this tree as well. Derek is going to get the bucket truck extended into the backyard over the fence to use it as much as we can so we're not climbing as much towards the end of the day.
Honestly, dude, I almost want to use that spot for all I can go back here and finish this after. Yeah. Is that a better to work for a spot? Is that a hard spot to get shit out of? All right, then I'll take all I can from this spot, and then y'all, what we have before I climb, you know what I mean? And then I'll start running up what I couldn't get from the bucket here.
Get it all.
Get it all. Well, I'm gonna run out of buckets.
Get it all.
I could, if that's far, I could change the rigging to that side also. It's 4 foot closer. Is that rigging spot I have right now fine for that? We gonna find out? Cause that's kind of big to cut with the pole saw, so I probably gotta climb it. Unless I take it up there, but if I take it up there, that's gonna smoke me. Best I can do is climb it. Get all my climbing gear to the bottom of this tree. I think that front lead, I'll just rig those right there because we can lower them right where chaw is. But I'll use that tie-in probably, swing this one, set rigging there. Yeah, I'm gonna rig that from itself, but this side's coming to here. That's far, but that's a lot quick. That's straight run out instead of around all that crap.
Oh, wow. Did that break from up there? I'm going to explain to you why that was a very valuable question that Derek had asked earlier. The question he asked was if the tree that he had the rigging line up in was going to be strong enough to support the weight of the leader that he was going to be cutting off of this tree.
Is that rigging spot I have right now fine for that? We gonna find out.
And as you see him making this cut right here, you can see the leader come down, and as it's almost all the way on the ground, you can see the tree with the rigging line snaps and comes down and hits the ground as well. This is a very valuable lesson because a lot of times people, when they have a porta wrap hooked up under a tree, they're going to stand there and they want to be close to the tree and close to the action, but what they need to be is as far away as you can get, because this stuff happens sometimes. If this was to break, come down and hit somebody, most likely not going to kill them, but somebody's going to get hurt, and it's not good practice. So again, the tree that had the rigging line in it for the leader that Derek cuts wasn't strong enough to support the weight and snaps as the leader almost hits the ground. We'd like to come in and tell you that there was nothing of value around this branch with the rigging line in it here. If there was any pool, if there was a propane tank, if there was a car or a house or anything like that, Derek would have never made this cut. Because of that, we just decided to go for it and see what would have happened. This is not something that would ever happen on the regular with us. We just figured, hey, you know, let's see what would happen. And we figured, hey, if the branch broke, that maybe the YouTube crowd would like it. So if you saw the branch break, leave a comment and let us know you got this far.
Pull it tight. You're gonna have to hold it till it's over there, okay?
Derek is going to slowly continue to pick away at the main cluster of trees in the backyard. It would have been nice to get the bucket truck back here, but we don't want any issues with the soft ground, especially in the customer's lawn, so we decided it was best for Derek to strap on his gear and do some climbing.
Hang on.
Of course, Willie is going to be on the ground grabbing everything as quickly as it comes down with the dingo and move it out to the chipper, which is basically running non-stop right now.
Give me that rigging line back there. I'll take this wood to there just so it doesn't land on that bush.
At this point, this is what the backyard is looking like. We've got a lot of branches down and have a lot of cleanup to do here, but that's what we do. Derek has all of the big work out of the way on the cluster of trees in the middle of the backyard, and now is going to head over to climb the dead white oak, which is going to be a nerve-wracking climb, but nothing that he hasn't done before.
George, there's like no weight to it. It's really light. Shaw, you're gonna have to grab the rig and pull it out there to lower it.
We're being very cautious to protect the bed of plants and raised bed in the customer's gardens here, so not only is George controlling the pace of the leaders that are falling, but Chaw is also pulling them in a certain direction to keep them away from the plants.
He goes, you know how... Maybe more to the right if it's not gonna hit that triangle fence. Try not, just on this side of that stump, there's a little shrub, if you could avoid it. Yeah, is it too tall? Will it hit that fence? Just don't go too left where that arm coming off, it's gonna hit the hickory. If you dingo them out, you're gonna wanna go that direction. But you could just hold it, get behind it and push it out. Not the back there, no. The back stays. The stuff that me and you stuffed back there, Yeah, he's taking this stuff. Yeah, this stuff goes. Just stay right there to try to keep a little pressure away from me. Yeah, just a few more feet right there. But once it's low, just go right next to George and pull it there. That's the shortest way out. Yep. Now go roll right over. It'll come right out right there, easy. Yeah, this is fresh or dead. White oak gets really crisp fast, so this isn't as long dead as those for sure. Those are probably 4 or 5 years, maybe more. This is probably what, 2 years?
Now that most everything big has been cleaned up in the backyard, Chaw's going to take down the trunk of this tree right here and look at the rot inside of that tree. One of the homeowners hated to see it come down, but after he saw it, he was very excited and decided that he's going to use the rot material from inside of the tree to plant something in it. Derek is going to make a few last cuts on this white oak here and make his way down the trunk. Chaw is going to handle the last cut of the day on this white oak as George pulls it down with the snake bite and the dingo. There's quite a bit of work to be done in the backyard here to get everything cleaned up. And let's take a look at the difference from having these trees removed. The customer will definitely be breathing a sigh of relief knowing that they're safe, sitting out on their deck and not worrying if anything is going to fall on them. Simply another awesome day at Middlesex Tree, and we will see you soon.